Thanks for staying with us. Right here on the couch with me is Mudi Nwachukwu. She is the founder of Rhimamory Resources, an organization set up to help all children reach their full potential with the right educational resources. This is the first inclusive online store in Nigeria which provides educational toys and essential therapy materials for children with additional needs across the nation and beyond. Good morning. How are you doing today,
Fine,
Mudi?
thank you.
All right. Now, what you do is quite commendable, I'd say, and it's quite impressive, providing parents with the tools that they need, to cater to children with special needs. So talk to us about some of these tools. So first off, let's establish what children with special needs are, so that, someone watching right now can understand what it means, to have a child with special needs.
Well, first of all, thank you for having me. It's an absolute pleasure to be here. For me, I would say special needs, when people hear the term special needs, they think, oh, it's so scary, it's very intimidating, but I prefer to think of it as an additional need. So that child just needs a little bit of extra help to do...
To function better.
Just to function better, do typical things. Yeah. So you could look at it in terms of, for instance, autism or cerebral palsy or sight challenges, hearing challenges, Down syndrome. It could be any of those things, and it could be as simple as getting a child a pair of glasses to help them see better.
Okay, now let's talk about what these tools are. I mean, it's no-brainer that a lot of parents with children with special needs actually go through a lot of challenges in caring for them. So first off, even identifying if your child is a special needs child. That's a lot of parents do not know that, because of course, also because of the sort of society we live in. Now, other than that, what are the tools that parents need to equip themselves with to make, raising these children with special needs better?
Okay, so there are developmental tools, resources that they could actually get that could help these children reach their targets. It could also even be mental preparation. It could be psychological. There's so many ways in which parents need to be equipped to deal with what is essentially a very, very difficult journey, but can become lighter with the right help and the right resources along the way.
Let's talk about some of these developmental tools.
Yes.
Talk to us about some of them.
Okay, so it could be as simple as a sensory tool. It could be something for oral motor therapy to help the child speak better, to enunciate their words more clearly. It could be things to do with writing, helping them to write better, building up their fine motor skills, building up their gross motor skills. There's so many tools. So many tools. Yes.
Someone watching right now is saying, this sounds expensive. This sounds expensive. So for the woman or for the parent out there who's watching and, they want to see how they can help their kids, but they cannot afford some of these tools to work with, what would you recommend as an alternative?
So I would say that, quite all right, some are expensive, but not all. And there are always alternatives that you could, find within your household that could actually perform the same function. So it could be as simple as, with fine motor skills, there are things like pencil grips that place the fingers in the right position for writing. You could use those. You could also do something as simple as putting like raw rice and beans together in a tray and asking the child to pick out the beans. That's nice. So that builds up
motor skills,
the fine motor skills. So you could always find alternatives. The important thing is to be able to identify that there is an issue that needs to be addressed and be real, because a lot of parents are in denial.
True.
So you can't get that help if you are not aware of the situation. So you have to accept, understand what you need to do, and then run with it. Give your child that opportunity to succeed, to thrive.
Okay. Quickly, I know that your event's coming up, it's also focused on, providing parents with the skills. Are there some practical activities that, parents should look out for?
Oh, absolutely. So we are covering a whole range of topics at the event, from practical tips to take care of your child during the day, the questions to ask to find the right school or therapist.
Oh, finding the right school, that's
yes,
interesting.
very, very important. Mental health. How do you prepare yourself mentally for this experience, for this journey, so that you cannot pour from an empty cup. If you aren't okay, your child can't be okay. So you have to make sure that you are fortified mentally. And finally, we have estate planning, which is a very trendy topic at the moment. But yes, planning for your child, in the future, to make sure that that child is always properly taken care of.
Oh, very, very interesting. Very salient topics, I'll say.
Thank you.
But before we wrap this up quickly, let's talk about the role of the government, because I mean, the government plays a very critical role in helping, with kids with special needs. Where can the government come in, making it easier for the parents as well?
Well, I would say grants. A lot of these therapies, they cost a lot of money. So if there were grants to help parents to access them, that would be good. Ensuring that the society in general is more inclusive, that, public transportation, we hear from parents who aren't able to move from one place to the other because the taxis won't take them or the buses aren't equipped to take them. So just in general, making sure that buildings, transportation systems, society in general is more inclusive.
All right. Thank you so much, Mudi.
Thank you for having me.
Wishing you all the best.
Thank you so
with,
much.
your events, which is coming up. And I mean, what you're doing, it's quite laudable, I'll say. And I'll say well done. But quickly, before we wrap this up, what's next? Okay, so the event comes up on Thursday. What happens next? How do you build sustainability with ensuring that with what these parents have learned at the event, they can keep it, they can help in terms of sustainability, what they've learned, the knowledge they've learned, or the skills or the tools that they've worked with. How do you ensure that they sustain this knowledge?
So what we're doing is more than an event, it's a movement. We want to build a community to make sure that all parents are empowered, everybody that attends, and even people that will follow us online continue to have access to the information, and we'll continue reaching out to them, and hopefully we'll have other editions in other cities outside of Lagos.
Also, you plan to take this outside of Lagos as well?
Absolutely.
Okay. Talking about schools, I mean, because I feel like we can't leave schools out of this, and not every school is properly equipped to cater to children with special needs. We don't even have enough public schools we don't even have public schools that cater to kids with special needs. And you find out that even when these kids, are in where with other students, they kind of go through a lot of challenges, with blending in, with, some of them are being bullied, right? So what do you think, schools can do? And now I'm talking from the public sector. What do you think schools need to do in terms of helping and in terms of, also including children with special needs into their, school curriculum?
Training, ensuring that all teachers and all personnel in school are properly trained, to help all children, not just the children with additional needs, but all children. Ensuring that there's awareness. A lot of people are filled by fear. They don't, they fear what they don't understand. But when you understand that a child just needs a little bit of extra help, it's not contagious, it's not going to harm you, it's not a danger to everyone, then, it becomes a very welcoming environment. I've been very privileged to work with a lot of schools, and I see children blossom, thrive, and the children even without additional needs as well benefit from understanding that not everyone is the same and that everybody can live together and do well.
Thank you so much, Mudi. This has been quite an insightful conversation. And once again, all the best on Thursday.
Thank you.
All right. And that's it for our conversation right now. We have to head over for first musical performance by Jimmy Hassel.